You are on your way to deliver food. I crashed into a luxury car that I couldn't afford to pay for in my entire lifetime. And the owner of the car is the cold female president of your company. But what you don't know is he is actually stalking you online every day, the silly female netizen who asked you to play games with him just as you sit there stupidly looking at the luxury car that was damaged by me thinking about how many lifetimes I've spent delivering food when you can afford to pay. A beautiful girl got off the car. That girl has a pair of big, watery eyes. There is a hint of worry in his eyes. Two people look at me. I look at you. No one spoke. Good guy. He is indeed a rich man. Really able to keep calm. You can only accept your fate and force a smile. Be the first to speak up, and you'll rest assured I will compensate. The girl's eyes are clear and bright under her thick eyelashes, looking at you flickeringly. Still don't talk, girl. See how much I need to pay. But I may not be able to pay it back now. We can sign an installment contract. I will pay it back as soon as possible. Girls listen to you quietly. The face is rippling with a faint red rhyme. Lips opened and closed, then shook his head. I moved a little closer to you. A pair of beautiful eyes looking you up and down. Finally, my eyes fell on your scraped arm. You were stunned. I soon understood what the lady meant. Move your arms quickly. Lifted my legs. I'm fine. Minor injury. The girl was relieved. White sweat lightly. No more words. Turn around and get in the car. Hey, beautiful girl, are you leaving now? Seeing that the girl had opened the car door again, you quickly chased after that. Don't you want compensation? The girl shook her head at you again. No longer stay. Got on the car directly. The roar of the car engine sounded. You stare blankly at the car's back as it drives away. There is a line of small words on the rear windshield. Chasing my daughter. Fake graduation is at your own risk. What is this all about? If I dare to bump into him, do I really dare to marry him? After returning home, you sit in a chair recalling this day's magical experience. A burst of messages from the chat software, bringing you back to reality. I saw a cute avatar, flashing. I've been chatting with you for several years. A silly female netizen I have never met. Man, you've changed. You must have another dog outside. No more playing games with me. Angry cat, saying fart. You rolled your eyes. Clap and clack on the keyboard. You just fight all day long. I just graduated, and I'm looking for a job. Damn you for calling me a spendthrift woman again. Don't slander me. Just stating the facts. You are so indifferent, like you never loved me. So, tell me, is what I said true? I seriously doubt my college entrance examination performance. You're the loser, bitch. While I was in my third year of high school, I was still dragging me to play games. Kid, you hate. Stop calling me a spendthrift woman. In fact, you have also doubted the other end of the network cable. Is there a 200-pound big man sitting there? But they didn't cheat you of your money. Second, don't cheat on feelings. Even when I first knew your birthday, he gave you a whole set of game skins. You cursed on the spot. Mainly heartache. I will transfer 200 yuan to you directly. It's more intimate than skin. Since that birthday, his name here, they become spendthrift women. And you don't completely care. This loser woman has been. The money I spend on playing games is at least 7 figures. That's why he took the initiative to invite. I want to meet you offline. The reason why you went straight to Tang Sing. The two are not in the same world. The gap is too big at this time. Wu wanting all sitting on the sofa in high spirits. You're still cursing me, you big bad guy. If you scold me again, I will find someone to find your app address, then beat you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so scared. Come and beat me up. Do you agree that I should look for you? When did I agree? It's better for us not to meet each other for the rest of our lives. Okay, I still need to find a job. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Wu Wanting held her phone and kept looking at the screen. I guess I watched it for half an hour. Then I sent another message. Have you found it? Have you found it? You were speechless for a while playing games with me. This young lady really doesn't know the sufferings of the world. Do you have any misunderstanding about my academic qualifications? Besides, you think finding a job is like buying cabbage. I'm busy with interviews. When you join the company, you still have to adapt to the position. I don't have time to play with you these days. Wu Wanting is very disappointed. I'm so bored alone. Wait until my life is stable. Once it's stable, I can play games with you again. Okay. When will your life be stable? You have to let me buy a suite first. First there is a Woban Wuan pavilion. I thought about it, and it was just a house. So how about tomorrow? You were silent for a moment. Are you stupid? How can I buy a house in one day? That's not easy to say. For example, a landlord happens to have a house. He plans to sell it to you for 100 yuan, then you have a house. You were speechless. Haha, you are so smart. Wu Wanting's eyes sparkled. Hey, yeah, I hate the rich. Is it okay for the rich woman to go and have fun? Let us not talk about it for now. I have an on-site interview later. On the other side, Wu Wanting started sitting on the sofa again, staring at the phone. An urgent voice suddenly came from the door. Girl, are you okay? Only a middle-aged man. He came over with a concerned look on his face. You were such a kid. Why did you drive out alone? Look at what the front of the car has been smashed into. In case something happened, are you going to let your father live? Don't do this next time. Did you hear that? Wu Wanting nodded, lying on the sofa feeling bored. Then I thought about it suddenly. I opened the notepad on my phone, typed a paragraph above, passed it to the middle-aged man. I spent a lot of money playing games. Do you think I'm a loser? The middle-aged man was stunned, then immediately shook his head. Of course not. In fact, the games you play, many of them are invested by our family. These companies give us dividends every year. For example, you charge 10,000 yuan to play games. Actually, 5,000 of them are our own. The middle-aged man became more and more excited as he talked. The more you charge, the more discounts, the more money you save. How could this be a failure? More than just a loser, you are helping your dad make a lot of money. Wu Wanting curled her lips silently. He typed another line of words in his notepad. Dad, I'm just dumb, not stupid. Wu Guoqing coughed twice in embarrassment. Then he moved his butt and sat next to his daughter. Wanting lost her mother's body a long time ago. It's like this again. Old Wu doesn't know how much he loves his daughter. But as an old father, I'm still worried. Wu Wanting is not young anymore. I'm 27 years old this year. Daily life, except work, just stay at home and play games. And I heard that he usually works. I don't even leave the office. He is known for being aloof in the company. No social activities. Old Wu is in trouble. I hope my daughter can make some new friends every day. The next day you woke up early. I took a good look in front of the mirror. It is inevitable to be nervous during the first interview. What's more, the company you are interviewing for still a very famous inquiry group. So the graduates who come to apply for the job, the internal situation is also quite serious. Queuing at the door of the small conference room, you grabbed your phone and randomly tapped your silly. The female netizen had already 20 minutes ago. I sent a moving picture. Play with me. Play with me. Play some specific drama. Big sister, I'm busy with the interview. And didn't I tell you last time that you were going out too? Frequent walking life is not just woo wanting, who chats and plays games with you sitting in the office. Now hear the special care of your own mobile phone. As soon as I thought about it, I quickly put down the document in my hand. I listened to you. Last time I drove out alone, that's fine. Continue today. No, I'm at work today. Better at work, get out of the office and chat with colleagues, meet some sisters. What's the best thing about having afternoon tea on the weekend? 5. Blink your eyes. Okay, I listened to you, you sighed. Laughed softly as your best friend on the internet. I also hope you have more social. Embellish your real life. Yeah. Okay, he said he was my best friend. Woo wanting is happy. As soon as he finished his work, he stood up. Under the secretary's confused gaze, he walked out of the office on his own. 16th floor, 15th floor, 14th floor. You suggest that he go out of the office for a walk. He is really obedient. Turn from floor to floor. You have passed the interview now. You are waiting in the corridor to go through the on-the-job registration process. Suddenly, I heard a noise coming from all around. With the sound of high heels clacking by, a mature figure just walked past you. How could it be him? This is not the last time I hit his car. The rich little woman who didn't ask me to compensate. Listening to the staff member woo zone, calling you're not feeling well at all. Damn it, Mr. Wu, is he my future boss? He won't come to me for compensation later, will he? But you're obviously overthinking it. I stopped at noon and looked around calmly. My eyes glanced at you without stopping. It seems like he didn't remember you at all. You breathed a sigh of relief. The eyes also fell on the pretty face and figure of the rich woman. This figure, I never get tired of watching it. It's just that he kept strangers away the whole time. As expected, female leaders of this level are all cold and aloof. Chapter on joining the company, more easygoing while doing the recruitment. I'm not taking the trouble to tell you. Some things you need to pay attention to when you just start working. By the way, I also introduced you Mr. Wu, whom I just met. He is the current head of your Shu Win group. As for why he is called Mr. Wu, because the famous Tengfei control old Wu is always his father. Wow. Then he is not just the one we ask the group's debao. The future is still the whole take off. Big treasure Zhang Zhawin inside this matter is in our study, and even the whole painful company. It's no secret Mr. Wu actually has some physical defects. He can't speak. You who were eating melons on the sidelines, blink your eyes. There are some mistakes. No wonder his car got hit last time. A calm one. Without saying a word, it's like this after all this time. He seems to be a poor man. But I am a loser, and I feel sorry for the female CEO. I'm such a bitch. Today is your first day at work. You woke up early on purpose. I found out when I got downstairs of the company. Arrived more than an hour early. So you came to the pancake stand at the door. I asked the boss for a double egg pancake on the other side. Woo wanting, I crawled out of the quilt with sleepy eyes. As soon as I woke up, I started sending you messages nonstop. I'm awake. I'm awake. I really envy you. I'm already downstairs at the company. I plan to eat a pancake that's sweeter. Woo wanting fiddled with the mess blankly. Bad hair. How come your new company is so full of employees? You were asked to go to work at around 7 o'clock in the morning. That's too much. You hold the freshly made pancake in one hand. Haven't you heard a sentence about the first-hand reply? Capitalists are all thankful. Inhumane. Inhumane. Wooing also followed my words and echoed, roaring, is inhumane. Inhumane. She doesn't care that she is the capitalist's stupid daughter. Wait until he gets up and washes up. Didn't ask the chef at home to make breakfast. I left for the company immediately. When I got downstairs, I went straight to the stall. Pancakes. Pancakes. Here I come. When he arrived at the company, it's already rush hour. There are more colleagues in front of the pancake stall. Little Mr. Wu, a group of young employees waiting in line, were startled. Some of the enterprise groups of the culture group. It also exploded. Uncle Wang downstairs at Guijin building is also the big boss of Jin County. Wow. Mr. Wu is so down to earth. Buy your own pancakes, my God. Mr. Wu actually ate breakfast himself. Look at your ignorant look. I saw him go to the toilet that day. Mr. Wu's delicate hands. It's not for pointing fingers at others. Grand plan for hegemony? So down to earth. Front row. You look at these flatterers in the group and secretly stab your tongue. As for the big boss can make them happy just by eating a pancake. Did I eat pancakes this morning? Why doesn't anyone care? Some people still care. Wu wanting returned to his office after taking a bite. I sent you a message happily. The pancakes are delicious. Happiness. Under the leadership of the editor-in-chief, you finally found your place. Then you start your first job. The god dog is only one morning. You will find out how difficult this job is. Every day, I face hundreds or thousands of dog. This workload, it's really not that big. Your head is about to explode after watching it for a whole morning. I'm going to the bathroom to relieve myself. Memory almost full. Just wash my hands. The phone in my trouser pocket started ringing. So boring. So boring. You're not in a hurry to return to your palace to play with me. It feels good to take a paid shit. Didn't you go out for a walk today? I'm turning, but still so boring. Didn't I ask you to communicate more with your colleagues? Chat and gossip with colleagues during breaks. You have to actively integrate into the office, but I won't. Wu wanting answered you honestly. I can't even find someone to chat with. Then you are really realistic and timid. The internet strikes hard, so I'll teach you a method. Wait. The first colleague you see on the street, just take out the footage you took online. Just say hello when you go up. Okay, let me try it. You wash your hands. Simply tidy up the bangs. Just push the door out of the toilet on the floor. As a result, a pair of beautiful eyes are not far from the door. I'm looking at you and feeling dizzy. Mr. Wu, your body suddenly became stiff and you blinked your eyes. The red lips on the other side moved slightly. Blinking eyes. You feel a little nervous. He didn't remember that I wrecked his car. That takeaway guy? Didn't Ms. Zhang from the HR department say yesterday, is it difficult to meet a big boss? It's very difficult for people to encounter these 2 days. You quickly bow your head and say hello, Mr. Wu. At the same time, I kept repeating to myself, don't remember me. Don't remember. Lousy. Fortunately, Wu Wanting was only stunned for a moment. Just shook his head. Then he left without looking back. You exhaled heavily. 8-digit car, I was hit by my own electric donkey. You need to grow a few more wastes to pay for it. Just returned to the workstation and sat down. The phone rang again. I don't want to say hello to others. I don't want to make friends with others. I already have you. Seeing his words, you suddenly feel a little worried. Although I don't know what you've been through, but give yourself a chance. Give life a chance. Life is not just about the internet. Wu Wanting lowered her head and let her hair fall after several seconds, then suddenly asked, let's meet, okay? After we meet, my life is not just about the internet. You look surprised and say you are so smart. Are you confessing to me? Wu Wanting's big eyes flashed Liz's confusion. I asked stupidly, am I confessing to you? He thought this question was too difficult. After waiting for a long time, I asked nervously, so do you want to meet me? You rolled your eyes. This woman is so stupid sometimes that it's really annoying. No, see, I'm off duty. I'm fine. He feels you are angry, but I can't figure out why you're angry after working for a few days reviewing manuscripts day and night. Plus the office has a decent atmosphere. You are getting more and more accustomed to this work rhythm. And Wu Guoqing heard that it belonged to you. I haven't been staying in the office lately. I came here from headquarters with great enthusiasm, thinking that no matter how busy today is, it is also necessary to accompany his well-behaved daughter, transforming an entire building. Wanting, look. How nice it would be to walk around like this every afternoon. Don't look at your phone all day long. Look at the scenery outside. The old father's words are full of concern. You go to the toilet as usual to take clean fish. As soon as I came out, I ran into Mr. Wu, and Mr. Wu, is the world so small? The third time, this time he's finally going to ask me for compensation. The two began to stare at each other again. Wu Wanting was stunned at this moment. The fourth generation mustered up a lot of courage. Extend your hand. I gestured to you expressionlessly and waited for you. Then he turned around and left as if he had completed his mission. Wu Guoqing's eyes lit up. My daughter is getting better. My daughter is getting better. He smiled at you. Then he turned his head to the right and looked at his daughter. Who is this guy? Looks pretty good. How does Wu Wanting know who you are? Shaking his head, he said nothing. And Wu Guoqing looked back at you. Every few steps ran back to the office. The whole person is thoughtful, sitting at your workstation. You heaved a sigh of relief. Nothing happened. You haven't realized it yet. Your destiny has begun to tilt after 3 encounters. You are completely sure. People didn't take the previous car accident seriously at all. You think too much. Completely let go of the new you. I casually picked up my phone and swiped it twice. I saw the message from the silly female netizen. Don't be angry, okay? What did I hear from you today? When did I get angry? What do you listen to me? I just said hello to someone. Really? Congratulations. So are you still mad at me? You were stunned and didn't know where the anger came from. When did I get angry? I will live a good life, even if you are not in my life. Why are you talking so strangely lately? Do you like me? Comrade Wu Guoqing still whispering in my daughter's ear. However, Wu Wanting did not listen to a word. I was stunned when I saw your message. A pair of clear and stupid eyes stared at me. Do I like you? You shook your head helplessly. I'm telling you, a ghost. Wu Wanting stared at her phone in a daze with a twisted face. Wanting old Wu looked at his daughter with a puzzled look. How many times have you said it? Don't play with your phone while walking. Wu Wanting looked up and blinked her eyes. Looked down at your phone again. Find the notes of chatting with my father. They typed out a line of words. Dad, what is like? Wu Guoqing was stunned after seeing the new story. Then came ecstasy. My bestie. If you say this, I won't be sleepy anymore. Haha. My precious daughter finally got it. Ancestors above our Wu family can still be saved. Our goods are out of stock. After a while, you received a silly message. I asked my dad. My dad said the ultimate goal of love is to give birth to a child for you. But how can I give birth to a child for you online? I got a big hole. You were startled. A few dishes to make you drink like this. We haven't seen each other. Born in your second aunt's house. Wu Wanting blinked, but I don't have a second aunt. You were silent for a few seconds. Do you think you are humorous? The days ahead, your life becomes more fulfilling. I am so busy at work every day, so I kind of left you out. That silly female netizen. Wu Wanting has been very distressed recently, lying on the sofa late at night. The calf is hanging by the side, swiping up and down on the phone listlessly. Finally, I couldn't help but send you a message. Will you play games with me? No play. No play. Didn't I tell you before? I'll settle down in the city when I have a house. I have time to play games with you. Hey, I feel like this day should be coming soon. Wu Wanting became excited when she heard this. Really? Really? These days, besides going to work, I also used my mother's identity to start a sideline job writing novels. Submit your own work and review it yourself. The main hit is a left hand to right hand. Of course, it's true. As long as nothing unexpected happens, I should be making $1 million soon. Wu Wanting is very happy with her annual income of 1 million. Apparently, there's nothing special about it. But he feels like you are happy. So he was very happy too. You are awesome. You are awesome. I'll work hard for another 2 years. I guess it's enough for the richest man in Tongdu. Time to try and buy a car. Maybe I can take you for a ride. One day, Wu Wanting stood up from the sofa. I don't even have time to put on my shoes. Running out of the room barefoot after a while holding a basin, he ran back to the living room, then picked up the phone. I took a photo of the basin. I have a car. Can you take me for a ride tomorrow? How can I be speechless by a picture? The car keys are all in a pot. You were originally full of enthusiasm and bragging. A basin of cold water was poured on my face. I'm also a bitch. What are you bragging about in front of him? People's dogs wear custom clothes worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. You sighed deeply. Try to calm yourself down. I'm telling you shit. Goodbye. The next morning, assistant Lao Li wanted to take the car keys as usual. When I opened the drawer, I was stunned. Where did the key go? This matter. Wu Guoqing was listening to his secretary's work report. Walked out. What's wrong, Lao Li? Mr. Wu and assistant Li were a little bit amused. The car keys are missing. Wu Guoqing was a little puzzled. I went to pick up Wanting last night. When I came back, I threw it in the drawer at the door. Just when a few people were confused, Wu Wanting, who was relaxed with sleepy eyes, should stay. He walked out silently, holding the basin in his hands under the surprised gaze of several people, put the car key back in place. Then he returned to his room in a daze. Wu Guoqing looked at his daughter's silly back. That was a daze. He waved and told her to hide the car keys. I can't let Wanting drive out alone anymore. If he shows it again, he can scare his father to death. Then he remembered another thing. I looked sideways at the secretary standing next to me, besides the young man that Wanting greeted yesterday. Your name is Chen Jingyu, right? You make people pay attention if you have a chance. You can add some eggs to it. A few days later, the promotion announcement set off the whole office. Chen Jingyu works hard, without complaint at work, diligent, outstanding performance. According to the group personnel promotion system, the management of Qing Group negotiated and resolved effective immediately. 3 editors-in-chief will be promoted. The editor in charge of the 3 groups coordinate and control various tasks within the group. What the hell? I just got promoted? How come I got promoted after only working for a month? The director just called you to his office alone. I thought that my secret book writing was exposed. After all, this is in the company interior, not allowed, but how come I'm the editor-in-chief all of a sudden? You are very calm. Is promotion in a big company so casual? Colleagues also think that with your self-care I was able to get promoted so quickly. There must be other backgrounds. Who is your backer? You don't understand money. Everyone is taking a wait-and-see attitude, neither neglecting you too much, not too close to you. This is also interpersonal relationships, one of the rules for survival in a complex large company, and you can only cry out that it's unfair. How do I know who my backer is? No. Do I have a backer? And at noon today, my colleagues speculated for a week. Your backer is finally revealed. Assistant to the president's office, very abrupt, appeared in a small inquiry the door of the group editor's office. Excuse me, who is Mr. Chen Jingyi? You hear whispers from your colleagues with strange expressions. Speculation. This strange young lady in front of me is definitely not simple. It's over. It's over. I must be slacking off at work. I was worried that I would be discovered if I took too long to poop. Even the top brass were alarmed. You stood somewhat stiffly, watching the assistant walk towards you step by step with a smile. Hello, Mr. Chun, I am Zheng Wei. Mr. Wu asked me to please go up to eat. You seem to have some surprises last time. He wants to talk to you. Mr. Wu always eats. Accident. My colleagues' mouths opened involuntarily. Oh my god, Chen Jingyu's backer turned out to be Mr. Wu upstairs. Of course, if they look at you, you will find that your mouth is bigger than theirs. It's over. It's over. It seems he recognized me. It was the delivery guy who hit his car. I have a bad feeling. Could it be that my unexpected promotion was all his trick? I have to say that you, a fat guy, are quite considerate. I know to give me a promotion and a raise first, so that I can save the money to repair his luxury car. Follow the president's assistant all the way to Mr. Wu's office. Wu wanting is now the evidence of the trial, taking a picture of my lunch. As a result, I looked up and saw the assistant knocking on the door. Walked in with you. Mr. Wu said that you two didn't know each other until you bumped into each other last time. There might be a lot to talk about. My daughter is almost 30 years old. Mr. Wu, this old man must be really anxious. I have already started to try all kinds of treatments. Wu wanting frowned when she heard this. Obviously don't want to discuss this topic. Quickly waved his hands. Focus on the phone again. The assistant is also a smart person. Stop talking. I took you directly to the cafeteria of the group's senior management. At this moment, you are just a stupid fruit on a stupid tree. Take a walk around the president's office. Another inexplicable word was not said, was brought out. It's not a game. What are you doing? Are all rich people so good at playing tricks on others? I was promoted for no apparent reason. No matter how high the salary is, I still have to compensate him. According to the value of his car, I guess I'll have to pay off my salary for at least 20 years. You eat the free food in the cafeteria viciously. The heart says that no loss is capital. What a cruel heart. But change your mindset. You are now millions. I don't have any psychological burden when I'm slacking off. Anyway, the salary is also used for compensation. The repair cost of his luxury car rounding means no salary. What do you do without salary? You're so silly. The female netizen was also happy about this. Share your lunch pictures. Mad is eating really well, just like the fruit owner upstairs. The food tastes just as good. Will you exploit your employees when you become a boss? Wu Wanting thought about it and said no. I'm the boss now. You nodded. Okay, very good. Please do what you said. In the future, I will give you the title of conscientious capitalist. 5 bowls evaluated a bite of food. How long will the future be? Recently, because you work during the day plus a side job of coding at night. As a result, I have less and less time to chat with him. So recently, he carefully tried. The frequency of asking to meet you is increasing. In fact, it wasn't until I joined the company completely get out of the ivory tower of university, you will understand more and more clearly the gap between me and my female friends. They are not friends of the same class at all. It's not like you can't do it. Online meeting must mean you have other thoughts. Of course, you will also fantasize. Even when I just entered the president's office, you shyly brought yourself in. The overbearing president falls in love with you. You're that idiot. The hero accidentally hit the heroine's car. Then the cold and domineering the heroine starts to chase you desperately. It turned out to be just a dream. You are sober at this moment. Very serious reply. We have known each other for quite some time. I know you might be a little. Why don't you like to talk or communicate? But the internet is the internet. After all, he is different from reality, and you, the dog at home, can wear clothes worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, traveling with private jets. Luxury car keys are all stored in basins. As for me, after my father left, my family one less top. I'm a penny. I wish I could break it in half to spend, although we live in the same city, but they are obviously not from the same world. Or leave each other some beautiful imagination. Don't mention meeting again. Wu Wanting is a little confused. My throat seems to be blocked. Put down the chopsticks in panic. Sitting in the seat, feeling a bit overwhelmed, you stared at your phone for a long time, but didn't get a reply. I could only smile bitterly and sigh. Put your phone back in your bag. Of course, there have been some good things recently. During this period, you feel the warmth of spring in the office. Editor-in-chief Lin also often expresses his concern for you and mysteriously pulled you into a group. There are some senior executives of the company inside. The author of He Shun by Jean. It basically belongs to the top small circle in the online literature world. After scanning the code following a mobile phone system prompt, don't like to think about joining the group chat. Although Editor-in-chief Lin told you the atmosphere in this group is good, but when you join the group, only a few people in the group sent messages welcoming newcomers. The rumors about you and the company in this high-quality circle, apparently, it can't be transmitted. Just then there is a girl named Wanting in the group. Suddenly tag my ID. Chun Jingyu welcomes you. The group, which was originally quiet, suddenly exploded. Mr. Wu. Mr. Wu. Wow, hello. Miss Wanting. I actually saw Wanting pop up today. 3 lives are lucky. This girl named Wanting appears. The atmosphere in the group can no longer be described as good. That's just crazy. Brother Jingyu, You have also joined the group front row admiring Big Brother Love. Welcome Brother Jinyu to join the group. He is the new editor-in-chief of Jinyu. Warm welcome to show friendliness. Someone even sent a message to welcome Jinyu exclusive red envelope with a few big words of full 200 yuan however. A transfer from wanting added fuel to the fire again. Welcome Jinyu. A full 20,000 yuan is available at one click. The reactions from the group members are so real you stared blankly at the chat history in the group XI and said that this big bag has a split personality. Last time we met at noon, I ignored you. Why do you two act like you know each other today? But think about it, although it was an accident that damaged his car, but the responsibility does lie. There is an old saying that is a blessing, not a curse. It's a disaster that can't be avoided. You might as well pay your dues. And I can't accept the 20,000 yuan transfer. A man who eats the food of others and takes the food of others will be grateful. So I came out of the director's office. You just from the group chat. I applied to be Mr. Wu's friend separately. I'm going to explain things to him in the evening. A luxury residential area. Wu Guqing pushed the door and got out of the car in a hurry. This is Wanning's own house. Every time he is in a bad mood, I will pack myself hiding in my little room. Who is it? My daughter wants to meet you. You've even put it on display. You don't recognize the real thing. I was afraid that my father would worry too much about Wu wanting. This time when I head out, I've told him the reason. Basically, he has a friend I've known for a long time, but I don't want to meet him. Wu Guqing cautiously opened the door. I looked inside tentatively. Fortunately, my daughter didn't lock herself in the bedroom. I saw Wu Wanting sitting on the sofa, staring at the phone blankly. Wu Guqing was so distressed. In fact, he roughly understood the context of the matter. I think what you said is correct. There is nothing wrong with distinguishing reality from the internet. I even think that my daughter is a netizen, still quite sober, but it's about my daughter. There is no reason to talk about this Wanting. Don't be sad, I'll let someone in a moment. Check the IP and bind him to you. See if he still says we'll never meet again. This hurts my daughter's heart. Wu Wanting raised her head quickly. Then he shook his head gently, the corners of his mouth slightly raised, showing a sweet smile. I only saw the screen on his phone stopped. It's a friend message from you. Familiar avatar, familiar accounts, familiar circle of friends. Because Wu Wanting's work number, the living number, is separate. You certainly don't know this is Wanting. Your silly female netizen is quite puzzled so smoothly. I added the big boss without any hesitation. You should first transfer the money. He just transferred. I gave him 20,000 yuan back. What does it mean that there is no hindrance and no merit, but no reward? This is for you. And Mr. Wu, last time I accidentally hit your car. I'm so sorry. This doesn't matter. What is that? I just don't know how much the repair cost is. I should compensate for this. Wu Wanting fell on the sofa and asked silently, if it's repaired, then there's no need to pay compensation. You mess up his train of thought. Why do I feel like I've seen it before? You mean I'll go and repair it together? Then according to the cost of repair, finalize the compensation and total price? Let's go to my mom. Wu Wanting sat up, big eyes blinking. Yes. That's what I mean. Okay. Then please see when you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Good guy. Why not just say you are free every day? That's Saturday. I have to go to work on weekdays. What do you think? Okay. This Mr. Wu is quite easy to talk to. I don't feel that cold. Wu Wanting counted on her fingers. There are still 3 days left. After thinking for a while, he suddenly walked up to his father. The little hand gestured expectantly. I want an electric car. Wu Guqing was stunned, but still arranged people. I did as I was told and waited for the electric car to be taken home. Wu Wanting grunted and pushed the car to the garage. Aiming at the car that the night had already repaired, Wu Guqing followed beside him. Still confused, I saw my daughter put on a helmet. I'm going to hit that car when I get on the bike. Wu Guqing was almost frightened to death on the spot. Girl, etc. Wait a minute. He quickly stepped forward and held his daughter's hand. My ancestors, what are you doing? Wu Wanting gestured with her fingers seriously. I have an appointment to get my car repaired on Saturday. I have to break him first. Wu Guqing was stunned. Then I felt angry and funny. You can't ride an electric bike by yourself. Hit the car. Old Wu looked at the front of the car and realized that he had just repaired it. He turned his head to look at his daughter. I was helpless and said that my dad would come to find a solution for the car issue. Just leave it alone. Early the next morning, Wu Guqing is rarely happy. The whole person is filled with the feeling of being a homeless woman. In the joy of growing up, I've been worried for years. Just seeing my daughter say hello to others, he can even do anything to help others get a promotion. I hope people can have more opportunities to meet one and get along with this girl. Can imagine these years how difficult it is for old Wu. A handful of bitter tears. The key is that my daughter opened her innocent eyes. Cute big eyes, silly. Look at yourself. My old father's heart softened immediately. Poor girl. I can only crush the pain in my heart, swallow it into your stomach. The result is now a complete turn of events. My daughter stays at home every day, more than just gaming. I already have an online lover. Wait, you said they weren't in love. Who am I? Wu Guqing, the owner of the largest communication software in launching. Old timer, it's not too much to be a matchmaker this time, right? Ancestors above, I, Wu Guqing, will definitely believe that my fate will make me old. The Wu family continues to grow and develop. Wu Guqing is on the side. Give my daughter a variety of dishes. Then he asked the servant beside him with a smile. Miss, is the lunchbox ready in the kitchen? The maid nodded. Quickly jog a few steps. Take out 1 or 2 lunchboxes. One is Wanting's, one is naturally Mr. Wu's. Wu Guqing put down his chopsticks, wiped his mouth, looking at the 2 lunchboxes placed over. Wu Guqing thought about it. Look at the girl, who is still gulping down the milk, turned around and waved, said to the assistant. Both lunchboxes were placed on Wanting's car. I have a meeting at noon. I don't eat in the office. Hello, Mr. Wu. Wanting was stunned. I don't know why there are 2 lunchboxes. In his car, I looked at my father quietly. Looks a bit silly. Wu Guqing looked at him, some laugh and cry. Have to. It was my old father who took on all the responsibility. I know. Our group employees work very hard. Some people don't even have time to eat lunch properly. Anyway, Dad is not in the company at noon today. It's also a coincidence. Wanting's netizen is also an employee of our company. This meal is ready. Don't waste it. You take it to the company. Ask your secretary to send it down to your netizen at noon. Wu Wanting blinked. Stand up quickly, reach out your hand. Happily, I took the lunchbox handed over by the assistant. And Wu Guoqing thought about it. This guy is very down to earth. She is also a bit sensitive. He always says that reality is reality. The internet is the internet. Don't be stupid and say you are his netizen. Looking at the girl who had no vigilance at all, old Wu sighed. Otherwise, because of the previous stereotypes you had on the internet, he may just treat you as a friend. Wu Wanting has very long eyelashes, the curved, flickering mouth, slightly the same angle eyes full of joy. A gleam of confidence flashed. He was my friend. Wu Wanting put down her lunchbox. I picked up the small cardboard I always have at home and thought about it. Blinked a pair of big eyes. I also added a page. He also said he was his best friend. Wu Guoqing slapped his friend. Just be friends. I'm going to be beaten by my ancestors, right? This girl is really slow in emotions after all. I can't speak. There's too much lack of communication. Wu Guoqing sighed. Anyway, you heard it right. Early Wednesday morning you came to the company with vigor and vitality. Being debt-free is a life of ease. You've been smiling all morning. Feeling a little relaxed while hiding in the toilet cubicle. The message your silly female netizen sent you. What are you doing? Have you had lunch? You stared at his message. A shitty lunch early in the morning. Wu Wanting happily looked at the two lunchboxes next to her. So are you working? No paid fishing. Wu Wanting asked. Is the work tiring? You thought about it a bit. Tired rumors are deadly. They spread the word here, and they're why Mr. Wu has never been in love. Because the golden house hides. You never dared to think so in your dreams. It's really eye-opening. Wu Wanting subconsciously wants to help you seek justice. What company are you from? Putting so much pressure on employees. I have to be sneaky to rest. Too much, but on second thought delete all the text in the input box immediately. Wu Wanting blinks her eyes. It's my company. So as the big boss, Wu Wanting took the initiative to ask, how good are you? Rest well. Before working, the company is not owned by my family. You suddenly laughed. Are you really not afraid of me dealing with you? Okay. I have to go to work, and you are busy too. Go to Wenyan Wu yourself. Wanting muttered silently in her heart. You don't own the company. But it's my house. Don't worry. Xiaoqin, no one can fire you. You just return to your workstation. The phone at hand started to ring. This is a message from Wu Wanting using her work number. Xiaoqin, please come up at noon. You quickly asked. Is it because of the compensation? Wu Wanting replied after a few seconds with one word. Although it's not the first time I went, but last time I was just a hasty move, but this time it's Mr. Wu called myself up. There won't be any accidents like last time. Arrived on the 16th floor, just walked out of the elevator. The assistant I met last time come up with a smile. Mr. Chan, the president, asked you to go directly to his office. You nodded and said okay. After finding the president's office, worried for a while, raise your hand and knock on the door. I only heard the high heels beeping, the sound of approaching. The wooden door in Xuanzhou was open from the inside. There is a faint fragrance on the face. Wu Wanting looks at you curiously. Big eyes flickered and blocked the door for a long time. I heard you cough twice. Mr. Wu, who has a brain disease, he quickly gave up his position. Wait till you enter the door. Then he quietly closed the office door. I'll follow you carefully. When you turn your head and look back again, clapping his hands, he pointed weakly at the mahogany table over there. You can't help but sigh when you see it. Talking about compensation and also providing food, this compensation is even more willing. Looking at two white 3-layer lunchboxes, you were shocked again. Too careless. I can't eat this either. Boss, you are too polite. Wenyan Wu Wanting turned his head and looked at you. I pointed my finger at one of the lunchboxes. Then pointed at you. Then I ordered another lunchbox. Pointed at himself again. A pair of big eyes of Carslan blinking. What, you are more refined? He asked with a strange expression. You mean we each have one? 5 bowls pavilion. I ran to the desk in a few steps. Pick up his little cardboard. Then a pair of thin, white, straight long legs took a step. Then he hummed and ran back to you. Slightly tilt your head. The eyes are full of agility. He held up his little cardboard. Oh, you look at the words on the cardboard clearly. One eyeball, his sight rested on Wu Wanting's upturned face again. Because I can't speak, lacking the most important expressive ability, language. At first glance, Mr. Wu seems to have lost his footing. But a closer look, hey, why does it seem like revealing a cute breath? So as not to purse your lips, focus on the two lunchboxes. The layers look very substantial. Wu Wanting's eyes flicked at the lunchbox. I looked up at you again. 4 eyes facing each other. You clicked one of them open. Then put the food in the small compartment. Place them one by one on the table. Mr. Wu, I'll sit here. Then you picked up the lunchbox and asked, it just so happens that this word is already on the small cardboard. Wu Wanting can express her meaning by raising it. Poor boss, you have 7 points of respect for your boss. It's a pity that he can't speak. Pull out the chair for Wu Wanting, then sit down. Don't forget to say thank you politely. Thank you. Boss Wu Wanting did not move her chopsticks, but staring at you quietly. Wait for you to test it first. Pick up the chopsticks and look at him. Wu Wanting only smiled faintly. Then I won't be polite. Xiaojibar, you know what? It's quite convenient to pick up. But your conversation is complete. You're not being polite. Sit upright and start eating. Only food cannot be missed. I have to say that the chef at the boss's house is very skilled. Nutritional combination of a few dishes that are complete in color, aroma, and flavor. What a pity this good thing the price paid was also painful. After finishing the meal, I plan to wait for the boss to finish eating and talk about compensation. As a result, Wu Wanting was just under your gaze. Finished lunch happily. Then I turned around and went to work. You were stunned, but didn't want to disturb him. After all, the boss's delicate hands, that's the one who points the way. He is in charge of all the affairs of the major groups. Must be busy. I didn't tell you to leave. You just sit there stupidly. Pack your lunchbox. I turned my head and looked. Wu Wanting, who is working over there, don't mention him, working hard. A hint of dryness appeared in the bones, especially the secretary holding the document to report work. When he was reading, that raised eyebrow and that look, she has the aura of a strong woman. Again, this is a bit of a big taste. Feeling the secretary's vague curiosity, what is the editor doing? And you who are being punished also want to ask. Mushi boss, you forgot about me. But Wu Wanting's idea is actually very simple. Xiaoqin, please stay in my office and play for a while. Is there no one in the company who can say he has no right? Finally, you waited for Wu Wanting to work until 3 p.m. I took the opportunity to ask him, can I leave now? I've been sitting here for almost 4 hours. And the boss with full aura is right next to him, just like when I was in school, like a class teacher by my side. It's very stiff. Okay? At this moment, you just feel that your back is sore from what you did. You really need to keep your distance from your boss. The boss's car keeps crashing. You are particularly smart to realize all signs indicate that the boss is calling you. You have to take the initiative to take responsibility. Since you took the initiative to take responsibility, I can treat you to lunch. But you lied and took responsibility, so I was punished to sit for 4 hours, just give you a sweet date, and a slap on the face to scold your mouth. Where's the big boss? How to employ people hand-in-hand smart is good, isn't it? The news spread throughout the company that day. Editor-in-chief Chun was called to the president's office at noon. There's really nothing going on. Just sitting there for a few hours. Don't think too much. Originally, this secretary doesn't feel how close you are to Mr. Wu. But it's about Mr. Wu, and the company's pace has been getting faster and faster recently. As Mr. Wu's chief assistant Zhang Yin feels that helping the big boss deal with rumors, it's his responsibility. He knows what the big boss thinks of people in real life. No one is interested, male or female. He only cares about the pieces of paper on the internet. Is it okay if people are interested? So he helped to officially explain the rumors. It can be said that it is self-defeating. Very good. I am a responsible chief secretary. The road is definitely getting wider. I will follow Mr. Wu and rise step by step in the future. Promoted to general manager, it is not a problem for a CEO to marry a rich and handsome man. Just thinking about it, I feel full of energy when I open my eyes. Any rumors about Mr. Wu, nothing can escape his eyes. As a professional assistant, my eyes are as sharp as a camera. I think I'm really smart today. Mr. Wu was very happy when delivering the documents. He smiled at me, which was rare. I guess he noticed my efforts. Little did she know that Wu Wanting was just thinking. Xiao Chen said before, that work is very tiring. Let Xiao Chen rest for a few more hours. At noon, he must be very happy. Wu Wanting was sitting in the car when she returned home. He looked out the window quietly, nodding my head while answering my own questions. He should be better to his best friend today. This is the day you and Mr. Wu agreed to get the car repaired. You certainly can't wait at home for your boss's call. That would be too disrespectful to the subordinate's tactfulness. Still have to have, so you stand on the side of the road waiting anxiously for the boss's car. Not much. It's a luxury car. Slowly stopped on the side road. The rear door opened slowly. The boss just sat there quietly. With a hint of fragrance. You were slightly stunned. I looked at the boss and bent over. Wu Wanting raised her hand with a smile. I've got a trick for you. You thought you were a small editor. I should just sit in the front. I didn't expect Mr. Wu to be so approachable. You got on the car a little awkwardly. The body is a little stiff, so you turned your head and said, Mr. Wu, and asked you to drive over to pick me up. You haven't finished talking yet. Wu Wanting quietly opened the small refrigerator in the back seat. The purple grapes and dragonflies inside were revealed. Then I look up at you quietly, because he can't speak, so at this time it's going to test your reading comprehension. You mean let me eat? Lu Wanting took the small cardboard she brought with her to invite, but I'm so sorry, you said politely. Lu Wanting blinked. I looked at my cardboard. I looked at my phone again. Throw the cardboard aside, then I sent the message in front of you. Don't treat me as a leader. You feel the vibration in your pants pocket. I thought it was a female netizen. It turned out to be Mr. Wu. Looked down at the chat history. She looked up again and met his eyes. Stunned for a moment. A great leader indeed. Treat subordinates with kindness every day. Is this how a leader should behave? You caught a cold and said thank you, Mr. Wu. Then I reached into the small refrigerator. Have to say the boss's grapes are better than those outside. Big and sweet. The cool feeling is especially delicious. Wu Wanting in a white dress, a smile on the corners of the lips, a graceful finger. No need to thank. Zay Zay. Do you think this way of chatting is quite strange? It's like there's a female netizen sitting in front of me. Wait until the car enters the repair station. You wait anxiously for the repair quote. Then I found this maintenance station is actually holding an event. Recently scan the QR code to follow our WeChat account. There is a chance to participate in the offline lottery for free car repair. You didn't really believe in this kind of life. But I couldn't stand the soft and hard nagging of the front desk. Raise your hand to follow. Not much trouble as a result. My hand is in the lottery box. I was stunned when I touched it casually. No way. The clear number 1 ball on the ping pong ball you opened. Is there really free car repair? After repeated confirmation from the front desk smile, you only know later I found out that I had won the prize. This repair shop takes so long. You sigh. It is indeed a high-end repair shop. The method is also quite high-end. You wanted to take a taxi home. I heard the driver's helpless voice. You can't drive yourself home. Wu Dong told you not to drive alone. You wait here for a while, and someone will come to pick you up. I'll go and send him off to the city lord. Lu Wanting shook her head. You quickly said you didn't need anyone to take you there. You can take a taxi anyway. I saved a lot of money today. It's not too bad to spend a few $dozen on a taxi. Wu Wanting still shook her head. Finally, the driver made a phone call in the corner. Still compromised. I said to you very seriously, I'll leave it to you later, Mississippi. You sit next to Mississippi. Watch him drive carefully. You nodded with a smile. I opened the car door and sat in the passenger seat. Wearing a seatbelt. Turn your head and look at the excited little Wu Zue at this moment. So I quietly fastened my seatbelt and shoes. He also grabbed the handle of the car door. But you obviously overthink it. Wu Wan is still quite steady when driving. Obey all traffic judges. Wait until after stopping smoothly at a traffic light intersection. He generously. The small refrigerator in the front row is also open motion for you to eat. When you stuff dragonflies into your mouth, he turns his head to look at you from time to time. You blinked, asked politely, do you want to eat too? Although Wu Wanting does not have small wings, but it seems like this is your first time. I understood her eyes, so I quickly took a dragonfly out of the refrigerator. Wu Wanting didn't take her hands off the steering wheel. The eyes are also open in front, but his neck moved slightly towards you. A cute little rosy and translucent lip. He doesn't need to speak, but you seem to hear his voice all of a sudden. You swallowed hard for me. Carefully hold the dragonfly, slightly moved closer to his full lips. Are you afraid that your fingers will touch his lips? I finally fed him one. Wu Wanting obviously tasted the sweetness, eyes flickering. It seems like the sun is especially bright today. The little lips opened happily again. I am a wage earner, and no one is better than me. Work hard at work, it's finally the weekend, and I still have to feed grapes to my boss. But this kind of scene where you drive and I feed, is it too close? Early the next morning, Wu Guodong felt a little surprised after getting up. What are you doing in the kitchen so early in the morning? Mr. Wu seemed to be asking the kitchen to prepare lunchboxes. Wu Guodong was very happy to hear that his daughter had grown up. No to care about what his father eats for lunch. Evening hall. Wu Guodong spoiled his daughter, and won the past. You arrange my lunch for someone else, you don't have to work. Wu Wanting quietly held 2 lunchboxes. Look up and wink at your old father. Then I couldn't wait to hold the lunchbox and go out. You are not my daughter. Take both lunchboxes away. What does dad eat for lunch? Is it because my daughter misses me? I want to go down and have lunch with him at noon, but I'm a bit busy at noon today. We have a meeting, so why don't we postpone it? While Wu Guodong was brainstorming, the butler came over from the other side. Respectfully hand over the lunchbox. Sir, your lunch. Wu Guodong looked at the lunchbox close at hand. Made my lunch is not my daughter, etc. Wu Guodong's expression suddenly became strange. Look at the housekeeper. Look at the girl over there changing her shoes obediently. Then he coughed awkwardly. Reverse time. 2 kinds of emotions flow back and forth in my head. Homeless girl grows up. It's really hard to keep a girl when she grows up. Lunch break. The figure of the president's secretary suddenly appeared in the restaurant. Ouch. In the hall. Editor Chun, why don't you answer the phone? You didn't even reply to the message I sent you. My phone is charging in the office. You are wrong. Stand up quickly. Mr. Wu is looking for you. You followed the secretary into the elevator in a daze. Press the button for the 16th floor again. I thought maybe there was something wrong with the repair shop. Aren't you happy about the free car repair that you won in the lottery? Forget it. Don't think so much. Those who go upstairs will know you were taken by Secretary Zheng this time. The book was taken all the way to the president's office. He helped to open the door. Along the way, I urged quietly, don't keep Mr. Wu waiting for you too long. Finally got into the office. I saw the big boss standing by the table and walking back and forth alone. I was relieved to see you come in. I lowered my head and typed something on my phone. Then he pointed to his phone. Maybe it means you can read the news. However, Secretary Zheng urged, how can you get back to the office to get your phone? I quickly explained that my phone was charging. Wu Wanting to die. She came over with a fragrant breeze and high heels. Put your mobile phone in, recorded in front of you. You can see clearly now. Wu Wanting message to you, have you got a meal? Yet less than half eaten. You answer honestly. Wu Wanting types skillfully. I put my little hand in front of you again. Then he pointed to the open lunchbox beside him. Big eyes blinking. It makes it easy for you to understand his intentions. No way. You don't know whether to laugh or cry. You are a CEO with a lot of things to do. Why do you still care about distributing lunchboxes? Wu Wan stopped the lunchbox. Bright big eyes stare at you. To run. You swallowed a few times involuntarily. Is there something wrong with the repair shop? Hearing this, Wu Wanting shook her head. Think about it. I picked up the chopsticks from the table and handed them to you. This doesn't require any communication tools. You understand his intention. Quickly took the chopsticks. Then he picked up the food and stuffed it into his mouth. He made himself eat vegetables. Then just eat your food honestly. Ask your boss why. That's what boyfriends and relatives should do. A small editor like me can only guess. Then the soldiers will stop us and the water will be covered with earth. Waiting under Wu Wanting's gaze after you have tasted each dish, he shook his hair happily. Then I raised my brain. The red lips are the same as yesterday in the car. Open your eyes quietly. Expectations seem to express when you finish eating. It's my turn. You were stunned for a moment. And Wu Wanting stared at you, motionless. Just add a little action. The little hand obediently pointed to his slightly open lips. Big eyes still blinking. You are awake and found just now. I was actually bewitched by my boss's beauty. I couldn't help but sweat. You don't want me to feed you? Suddenly, an outrageous idea flashed through my mind. Isn't it you who is here? I feel that feeding you is expensive. Do you want me to feed you at lunch? And in fact it is. You carefully pick up a dish with your hands. Just put it in his mouth. One bite after another. Wu Wanting's particularly happy little mouth. Mr. Wu, please slow down. Then you become a tool for feeding vegetables without any emotion. But when he's working, and when receiving feeding, each has its own unique flavor. Charming as expected. The more dangerous the creature, the harder it is to figure out. The female president is the most typical example. 5 days in a row you show up at the president's office on time. Every day open the lunchbox honestly beside the table. The beautiful lunch break time is ruthlessly occupied. No pay raise yet. Bastard. Editor-in-chief Lin will come up to report on his work in a while. Mr. Wu Zheng's secretary, I took a careful look. There is some resentment in you here. Asked quietly. Lu Wanting nodded. The focus is no longer on work. I came to your side at a trot. The little hand leaned on the table obediently. You want to pay attention to the impact. I waited until the secretary left before I started eating. But I only ordered a few dishes today. Wu Wanting's little hand suddenly blocked your chopsticks. Then suddenly, I learned from you. Little hands under the chopsticks quietly raised to your lips. You can already see from Wu Wanting's eyes roughly understand some simple intentions. You ate too. You bit the chopsticks subconsciously. Thumbs up. So the big boss is more motivated. You are being fed by him, and you are confused. At this moment, the office door suddenly opened. Mr. Lin walked in with a dozen documents. As a result, I almost lost my grip on the document. I look into your eyes with your mouth open. Lin Hai was just stunned, then he quietly left. Very measured, I closed the door of the office. With a bang, the office door was quietly closed. Wu Wan Hall holding chopsticks. I turned my head back and looked at the sound. Didn't care too much. Well known, Mr. Wu's office door is unlocked. No need to knock on the door, because he never said come in, and Mr. Wu's position is only concerned with you opening your mouth. Didn't notice whether you finished eating. So you took advantage of the chaos of Lin Hai. Only now can I spare some time. Swallowing a mouthful of food with difficulty. Then I blinked and looked at the Womanting, where chopsticks are used again. Suddenly, I asked, the boss is dying from overeating considered a work-related injury? Finally, the boss found his conscience. Meijin will give you all the beef she has picked up with her chopsticks. I blinked, thought about it, and put down my chopsticks. The two of them started eating normally. You only ate a few. I would look at him from time to time, because I don't know why you always have a weird feeling in your heart. After dinner, Wu Wanting went to the bathroom to clean. You quickly cleaned up the table, and were about to slip away. Wu Wanting came out, and waved to you. Then, he handed you the phone. You don't have to come tomorrow. After a brief moment of disappointment, he nodded. Good, no more taking up your precious lunch break thinking of this. Makes you happier. Too bad the smile hasn't come out yet. Wu wanting I sent you a message in person. Come back on Monday. Seeing this, you were slightly confused. I thought to myself that I wasn't going to work tomorrow anyway. If you are not the boss, you will not feel that you don't mention it. I will come to the company tomorrow to have dinner with you. Even vampires can't wash their faces as well as you do weekend. Because of the boss's weird behavior all week, you made a lot of guesses. I just feel my head maybe a little too active. Need to calm down. So when you get home lying on the sofa, the message was sent by a female netizen. When she checked in, Xiao Chen, what are you doing? You just typed a word. Suddenly slapped his head. I sat up from the sofa. Best female netizens should also know this. Then make plans for yourself. Please give me some pointers. You decisively put the situation into context. I told the female netizen the whole story. That's all. He now asks me to go upstairs and eat with him every day. Let me feed him. Even on Friday, he fed me. You rich people should understand rich people. What do you think he wants to do? Wu wanting silently typed a question mark. There are many things you do that even the old street moms don't dare to pick on. But I have no burden with my female netizens. You don't even have to put it on. I recently read a novel. You don't know this kind of statement. I have never stopped since I joined the company. First, I was inexplicably promoted, being treated as a golden relative and being surrounded by people, but I know what I am. A group of panic. It was hard to explain. I thought everything would be fine after the compensation. Who knew the big boss didn't play by the rules? At noon, he called me upstairs a whole week. Wu wanting pouted her rosy lips, head down, tapping on the phone screen. Do you hate him? Don't you want to have dinner with him? You thought about it. I can't say I hate it. And he actually feels pretty good. But he is the boss after all. There should always be respect and distance. He's so special. Not only will colleagues misunderstand, I may have misunderstood. You thought about it and sighed. Said leisurely, misunderstanding. Am I about to become a Yanqing novel? The role of the teacher husband of the cold president. Wu wanting moved her phone a little further away. Look up at the ceiling and blink your eyes. Looked at the phone again. Then you blink your eyes and think for a while. He also expressed his thoughts to female netizens. You're talking about me, the boss. Is it the kind of person who appears to be cool and silent, but often sneaking around behind the scenes, the heroine hiding under the quilt reading a young novel? Then the last accident happened. I accidentally discovered a little male protagonist like me bringing reality into the plot to commit an illegal act. Haven't you waited for the answer yet? You then shook your head and sighed. Female netizens, he is even more unpromising. This problem is not difficult for you. Last question. If you were my boss encountering these situations, what will you do in the end? Wu wanting thought about it. Infatuated eyes with flowing curiosity, the long eyelashes flicker. Then I might buy some young adult novels. First, you finally sighed after a long time. If only all the bosses in the world were as easy to figure out as you. Good communication is good. Wu wanting lies on the bed with curved eyes. The little feet fluttered slowly on the sheets. The little hands happily tapped on the screen. After a pleasant afternoon, you went out at night. I plan to go look at the house. There is only one air conditioner in the house in the hot summer, and in the bedroom you and your sister live in a small one-bedroom apartment. After all, it's still too inconvenient. If possible, let's settle it tonight. I'll move after get off work tomorrow. Finally, I decided to book a 2-bedroom apartment close to the company. Room. Second night, you sit in front of the computer in your new rental house. I rub my neck subconsciously. I have to add an hour of running to my evening plan. The body is the capital of revolution. After thinking about it, I decided to remind him with my good friend. Don't sit in the office all the time when you are at work. Get up and move around occasionally. It's best to go out for a run at night. Wu wanting immediately replied. You are late. Are you going out for a run? You nod. Okay. I'm so young. I have some minor problems with my cervical spine now. Don't pay attention. I will have lumbar disc herniation in a blink of an eye. Lu ranting blinked. Then I ran very quickly and arrived at the day when you just flew down. Wow. Xiao Chun, how come you suddenly gave me so many beautiful skins? On your birthday, he foolishly gave himself a whole set of game skins. You still remember him, although he was said to be a loser at that time. But before that, you haven't celebrated your birthday in a long time. I had no money and no time before. The family is in debt. They are all running for life. Where do I get the energy to celebrate my birthday? You have always been considerate. I smiled and gave you last year's birthday gift. I will give you gifts on your birthday every year. Thank you. Xiao Chen. Wu Wanning's eyelashes moved, clicking the screen silently. But didn't you say before those who pay for games are stupid? Are you in a particularly good mood today? I replied with a smile. Isn't that a coincidence? We are both stupid and foolish. A naughty little foot with no stopping suddenly knocked on Xiao Chen. Xiao Chen, you asked confusedly. What's wrong? Are you stupid? I'm not stupid. You rolled your eyes and got out after repaying the friendship owed to the female netizen. You exhaled. The politics are indeed different after moving. You walk to the company in a few steps. It's a rare opportunity to enjoy the refreshing time at work, but since noon every day after being gently touched by the person on the 16th floor, to have a good dining experience, you put yourself clean, thoroughly change clothes every day. I forgot about it last night because of the move. So you are afraid of the smell at noon, intimately made away from the boss. The boss just moved yesterday. I ran at night and didn't change my clothes. Now the taste. How about we eat our own food today? Wu wanting blinked, nod slightly. Although today the two of them are doing their own thing and are not close to each other, but after Wu wanting took a few bites, just put down your chopsticks. I took out my phone and asked Xiao Chen curiously. Where did you move to? You are already used to this kind of online contact with your boss. My own offline communication method. I looked at the chat history skillfully. Look up and answer the West City courtyard in detail. Wu wanting blinked, picked up the chopsticks again, didn't say anything more. After getting home from get off work at night, you change into your running gear. Because I took some time to go back to the rental house to clear out my things. Before I knew it, it was already 10:30 p.m. It is indeed a high-end residence. The greening is well done, also near the lake. The air is filled with comfort. The lake breeze is very comfortable here at night, although it's late, but you can still see people running at night here and there. You start his self-discipline life, but I didn't run around the lake. You've discovered a serious problem. The lake is too close to the company, such a good running area by the lake. It's inevitable to meet colleagues. You sit on a chair by the roadside in the community. I planned to carry it tightly. Suddenly, I saw a familiar figure. It's Editor-in-Chief Lin. Editor-in-Chief. You were sitting on a wooden chair and waving hello, and Lin Hai also heard about your move. So it's no surprise to meet you here. Smiling hard. Roging you is so coincidental. You run too? Yes, the Editor-in-Chief also lives here. At that time, the company had a quota: grit your teeth at home. I bought a house here, Mr. Lin said with a smile. Then he raised his hand and pointed to the building below. I heard that many of Tengfei's senior executives are in this building. House Mr. Wu's house is on the top floor. Speaking of Mr. Wu, Lin Hai also gave you a special look. Yeah, Mr. Wu's house is in this building. Haha, you smile on your face, but in my heart, I complained. Why does everyone think I go upstairs to eat at noon? We'll definitely be very close to Wu wanting. You thought we would talk a lot. We will discuss many issues at this moment. Lin Hai was secretly thinking Jingyu is a young man who is really low-key. I was caught by myself, and Xiao will always obey the law. The lunch break, don't shy away from staying together. Now the screen is also moving, but I still look like I don't know the president well. Not ostentatious at all. Z's is really good. When I went to the seaside, I didn't reveal it. I said hello and ran away on my own. Pinch shrugged. Start exercising seriously. At the same time, in the old house of the Wu family not far away, I saw a man carrying a bag, because I can't say goodbye. The girl who can only shake her hand and move out. The old father is particularly entangled, but in the end, I can only put my hands behind my back, sighing at the car going away. Then I waited until about 8 o'clock the next night. You came to the lake as usual and ran at night, subconsciously looking back to yesterday's seaside. The finger pointed in the direction of the staircase. As a result, I found a familiar figure appeared before my eyes. He really lives here. Wu Wanting also runs at night wearing sports shorts completely outline the slender and straight legs. Mr. Wu, you are also quite rare. Saw him outside the company. Greeted kindly. Open night running. Wu Wanting raised her hand to indicate that he heard it. Just a simple greeting. You just ran away on your own. No pregnant mother's face running to get closer, but Wu Wanting's small body is no match for you. She was sweating profusely, grunting and quickening the pace, but it seems that I still have to keep up with you in front. You were stunned. I have already circled the community to trap him. I don't know why his eyes flickered. What are you chasing? Blink. You should ask quietly. Boss, would you like to take a break? Drink some water or something? Wu Wanting turned her head with difficulty and looked at you, panting. Shake your head at the same time. You occasionally said, because when you run, you usually like to run by yourself. And now my body, I ran a little slower and didn't feel any exercise at all. After thinking about it, I happily faced the moonlight, facing the clear breeze of the community, ran forward for several days. You have to go around one pavilion every day, several times of circling. There is a kind of happiness that surpasses the big boss. Just don't be too bitter. Then finally one day, you were happily circling. The president is too tired and very dissatisfied. Requires you to run almost synchronously with him. Got caught in the mud. Ask why. Wu Wanting bent over with one eye closed. The little hand is bent and placed on the waist. I hold up my phone in protest and hand it to you because I can't run anymore. Have to say the female president is so competitive. I'm jealous even if I run faster than him. So you can't. I can only run one step to see Wu Wanting's progress. If you are happy, slow down. If he slows down, he will slow down even more. I've seen a lot. You suddenly discovered. Why is he running slower and slower? The complexion gradually changed. Crouch down and look again. No one was seen. He actually squatted down. You quickly turned around and walked back a few steps. I thought he was tired or something. I just bent down to ask what happened. You're only 2 steps closer. He was squatting and suddenly hugged his thighs. I hummed and turned a few steps with my back to you. When you are hungry, you go around in front of him. He glanced at you, humming and eating again. She moved her little feet and hid back to her original position. You don't believe in evil. Another round. He avoids you. Wu Wanting is like a doll. The pink top spins around like a spinning top. Your lips. I look down at him, not knowing whether to laugh or cry. Mr. Wu, what are you doing to make money? You still don't understand why. But I saw Wu Wanting sports shorts. It seems to be stained with a little red. Your expression hasn't changed. Seems to understand something. I silently looked at the little pink whirlwind squatting on the ground. After thinking about it, I gritted my teeth. He took off his black sports fan. Then turn your head away and don't look at him. He handed over the clothes in his hand. Bend down, honestly crouching in front of Wu Wanting with his back exposed. What is that? Boss, just be good. I can't see you when I carry you on my back. You are considerate of Wu Wanting. Wu Wanting raised her head cautiously. I stare at you blankly and blink my eyes. He quickly stood up and tied it around his waist. Not long. You feel the breeze gently on your back. The back suddenly has a sultry touch. Wu Wanting's fair arms, and I leaned on your shoulder naturally and obediently. You blinked, swallowed hard, exhaled. I raised my head and was about to stand up. The air is a little quieter. Lin Zongbian is in front of us, and his cell phone that fell in the wind. There is a head buried on your back. The big boss who doesn't really want to see people. Editor-in-Chief Xiaoqin, the dry mother's mouth, wants to explain something, but just a few seconds later, Editor-in-Chief Lin quietly picked up the phone on the ground. Then he ignored them like a blind man. Run in the other direction of the fork in the road. Even bringing the moment has already headphones that can't play music. Haha, sorry, excuse me. Please continue. At this moment, on the quiet trail in the community, you feel helpless for a while, facing the night wind. You will soon head towards yesterday's forest. Go to the cave of Haichi. To be honest, put aside the fact that he is one of the bosses. He hung on quietly. Special cooperation. Have to say, do you think it's really comfortable to carry? But the embarrassment faded, feeling the warmth on my back. When the dress is about to be taken off, you discovered it later. Would it be inappropriate for me to do this? Boss, it seems like he didn't sprain his ankle or fall down. I just carried him on my back. You thought about it? I quickly asked, tentatively. Look at me. I'm sweaty all over. Boss, otherwise I'll put you down. Wu Wanting said nothing, but his slightly tightened arms said it all. So you are confused and carry a boss on your back. Finally, I got into his house. Got on the elevator. I vaguely remember what Lin Hai said last night. Is the boss on the top floor? Just feel the little head on his shoulder. Nodded twice obediently. Wait until you honestly take over the boss delivered to your door. You bend down and put it down. Wu Wanting frowned. Teeth biting lower lip. The hair is scattered and stuck to the upturned face. The big eyes look at you pitifully. I want to say something, but I can't say anything. You are stunned. I quickly reached out my hand to lend him some strength. Looking at your puzzled expression, he took out his cell phone. The little face is a little twisted, and the knock is handed to you. Stomachache. Then the sound of Dee Dee's door. Fingerprint authentication success. He moved slightly. Take off your arm. Married again. Mobile phone entered the house. What did you hit? Hold it up for you to see. Thank you. Xiao Chun, it's getting late. You go home. Wait until you finish reading the words in the chat box. He forced a smile. No hand holding the phone. I waved at you obediently. Just gently slammed the door, and you returned home thoughtfully. Clean yourself up. I went out again with a bag of things in my hand. Hesitate for a long time. You exhaled heavily. Bang, bang, bang. There was a knock on Wu Wanting's door. The door knocks. A puzzled little face popped out from inside you. Feeling a little embarrassed, quickly took a step forward. The boss is like this. There's more brown sugar at home. We are neighbors now. I'm wondering if you need just send some over. After Wu Wanting saw clearly that it was you, the tense brows finally relaxed. Opening the door with a pair of dull eyes looking at you confused, I didn't take the bag you handed over, but I made way for a bit. I can come in. You blink your eyes. Wu Wanting took a few steps back obediently. Not because your slippers are outside. You glanced at the shoe cabinet. Wu Wanting stared at you generously, took his pink slippers thrown at your feet. You look at your shoes, and then at your feet. These cute little slippers in size 36 for my size 43 feet. Isn't that a bit disrespectful? I looked up and saw her holding her stomach. I'm looking forward to it. Big boss, you said he was weird. Now he has these big eyes that are not smart. Obvious you are my slippers. The damn boss really likes to play tricks on others. The so-called poverty is not suitable. Wealth and honor cannot be sought. It's not impossible for me to wear pink slippers. Besides, I am just a small editor, and I have no human rights. Wear whatever your boss tells you to wear. I was about to enter the house in such a shame as a result. Wu Wanting stretched out her hand to block you, shakes his head pointing at the big slippers you were wearing. Then pick up the small board on the entrance cabinet. I'll hold it up for you to see after I write it. No need to change shoes. You look down at yourself trapped in the pink Tory's big feet. Then you also bring me a pair of pink slippers. You changed back into your slippers and decisively went into the house. Then he carried the bag into the kitchen. Come here to show your courtesy. It's better to get to the right person in one step. Boss, can I borrow your pot? The 5 bowls hall is full of huge plates. You boil some brown sugar water. I also boiled a pot of hot water. Borrow a basin from the toilet. Connect some cold water and add some hot water. Finally, the paper is wet because of the water temperature. I threw the dry towel I brought in. Wu Wanting sat on the sofa with her body bent, hands rubbing boss on belly. Brown sugar water. You hand over the cup, watching him drink the wine with his red lips slightly opened. I took the empty cup and handed him the hot towel. Hot towels are also available. It should feel better if you apply some. Wu Wanting took the hot towel. I looked up at you suddenly. A hint of expectation flashed in my eyes. Playing house over the internet. How can it be better than in reality? When I had stomachache before, Xiao Chun will rub his belly online, so he generously handed the hot towel back to you. In your unexpected expression, beautiful legs raised and horizontal, happily placed on the sofa. Then the upper body is also a showing off her belly. Wu Wanting tilted his head and stared at you. Who was wrong rubbing my belly? Seeing you acting so stupidly, you didn't react at all. He rubbed his belly again. What the hell? You feel in your hands hot towel at this moment, surprised looking at Wu, who had already changed into her ice silk pajamas. Wanting what, boss? Stop scaring people. You don't want me to rub your belly, do you? We shouldn't joke around so late at night. Seeing your expression, Wu Wanting was somewhat dissatisfied when chatting. I often play dumb and fool myself. Wu Wanting looked at you, who was a little at a loss. The little hand reaches out and grabs your wrist, then gently pull the final point of satisfaction, nodding and closing his eyes comfortably. Really, Xiao Chun personally made it more comfortable to be separated by the network cable at the bottom of the building, with lips slightly open at this moment. It seems like there is a little kid singing in my mind. Do you have a lot of questions, kids? Hand clay. I felt like I was touching something very smooth. That is the unique touch of ice silk material, and through the pajamas is another layer of delicate warmth. You were stunned for a moment. Swallowed hard. My hands rubbed it gently, without control at the same time. My throat is blocked. A lot of words, but no words to say. Finally, you uttered a word. Boss, is overtime paid? Wu Wanting's expression is particularly relaxed, squinting my eyes for a long time. But no one replied. You feel very strange. The boss is home, sitting on the sofa. Boss, lying on the sofa. Rub your hands on your boss's belly, and the boss seemed to have fallen asleep under his care. I left quietly behind the door. Stay beside him, make sure he sees it first. What I saw was myself, who was guarding all night, waiting online for the boss, who is very urgent. Do you think he might catch a cold if he sleeps on the sofa? You don't know what's going on with him all of a sudden. Of course, you can't bring him into his boudoir, so I can only call softly. Wu Wanting opened her eyes, blinking and looking at you. You see, it's getting late. I have to go to work tomorrow. Why don't you go back to your room and rest? As he said this, he reluctantly withdrew his hand, and Wu Wanting also nodded obediently. Then I'll go home first. You wandered back home. Until I got back to the bedroom, you just slapped your face. Don't panic. Don't panic. The female president is totally on her mind. The style changes too quickly. The scene before us, I've only seen it in young adult novels. Why not buy some young adult novels to learn from? You tossed and turned in bed for a long time. Finally, I fell asleep, and after you leave, Wu Wanting felt that her stomach was much better. Quietly lift the quilt and lie on the bed. Just played with my hair. I carefully picked up a book on the bedside table. I read it carefully, nodding slightly from time to time. The next day, you just want to get up and go print the document. I saw Editor-in-Chief Lin holding a USB drive with enthusiasm. I walked to your side. Jinyu, I'm going to the copy room. Do you need anything printed or copied? Give it to me. I help you do it. You were stunned. It's so embarrassing to just wave your hands dryly. It's okay. It's okay. All colleagues, I'm on my way. Give it to me. You do your thing. Almost snatching, Lin Hai took over some of your documents. Then I happily went to the corner to print. You looked at his back and felt helpless. I'm not stupid, certainly know where Editor-in-Chief Lynn's kindness comes from, but even if you are an honest child, you don't even know how to explain it now. Yeah, we're fine. I just carried him home shirtless. Then I cooked some popular sweet soup at last. I just rubbed his belly for no reason. Really innocent. You seem to still remember the big boss. Now the feel of pajamas. It is indeed a brand worn by the boss. It feels classy. It doesn't feel like the same type as the ice silk outside of high. So you were a little absent-minded all morning. I finally made it to noon. Ran out of the office, run to the 16th floor. I've been to the boss. There's so many times. You should be totally calm. But I am a little nervous at this moment. What did Wu wanting mean last night? Do you want it? Think boldly. Hi. Are you looking forward to it? You are ready to open the door. Nothing happened. Wu wanting is still the same. Wu wanting feeding is still the same as feeding. The farmhand is still the same farmhand. Wu wanting is natural, as if nothing happened yesterday. It's like you rubbed my belly. It's normal, that's it. I tossed and turned last night and couldn't sleep. I'm still absent-minded today. I came up here after work at noon with a snort of food. I missed it after all black-hearted capitalists squeezing out the value of their free labor. No feedback at all for several days. Both finished, all of them, have returned to being just friends over dinner. The fantasy you expect is also I was slapped away. Capitalists are vampires, no feelings. Please wait until Wu won the night. When Ting can go running again. The first time you didn't even say hello to Wu wanting, running on his own, running faster and faster. The circle of trapping Wu wanting is getting bigger and bigger. I can't catch up at all. Wu wanting sat on the bench, eating and drinking, gasping. He doesn't understand anything. Typing. Xiao Chen, why don't you understand me? You also got tough. This is the second half of the lip. I have my own pace of life. Why should I wait for you? Wu wanting asked honestly, but shouldn't good friends walk side by side? You were stunned as soon as I lowered my head. I saw Wu wanting's innocent eyes. There is not so much complexity. He didn't even notice that you had a bit of a temper. Bending over, I rubbed my sore calves. Then he stretched out his two hands. If there is one, there will be two. Wu wanting blinked, expectantly flashing, as if to say, I'm tired. You snorted. Do you think being cute and coquettish will work? 2 months, 2 whole months, every noon, I feel like I am just used like a tool. People can't be ordered around like you. If you extend your hand, I will carry you. I don't want to save face. Fortunately, my friends came to have fun unconsciously. Since you have been eating at a fixed place at noon, it has been almost a week since it became a pedestrian tree at night. The big boss really knows how to push his luck. Every night when I get home, they will stretch out their hands like a koala, hanging in the eyes of a good friend. Eyes on you in the night. You once again raised your head, bent down, unwillingly crouched in front of Wu wanting. Finally, I couldn't hold it anymore. I couldn't help but roll my eyes. A good friend is not a donkey in the production team. I can't stand such a huge. Wu wanting puts one hand around your neck, one hand holds the phone in front of you. Wu wanting now has nothing like the first time in my previous life. I didn't walk a single step. Wu wanting suburbs will slide down, then you'll bounce up. Dragging Wu wanting small buttocks and moving forward. Boss, we are asking if you can come down and walk home by yourself. But Wu wanting blinked. I don't know where I learned this now. Shake your head. I even raised my phone and said, I am the overbearing president. I don't want to walk you. Look at the flickering screen in front of you. Pause. A stunned expression, then a flash of light passed by and his head tilted slightly. The boss said faintly, do you usually like reading novels? Wu wanting took out her phone and typed, it looks good, and the leaves around it rustle. You opened your mouth, one hand lifted. Wu wanting straight long legs. I asked helplessly, but my father always has this thing, can still rely on yourself. Mouth says Wu wanting's recent novel, still have my own understanding. Blink. I put the phone in front of you again, and I won't say anything. How do you know? I'm a flower thief. I can type, and I can't speak. You feel a little speechless. Okay, you're the boss. What can I do? I can't always cooperate with you in the performance. Just turn a blind. I am not an actor. It's your editor-in-chief. Hand in hand. Put Wu wanting at his doorstep. When Wu wanting slipped off his back, recalling it, then he patted your shoulder to show encouragement. You were stunned. I saw him walking into the house happily. What script are you trying now? I simply don't understand. For home, your chaotic mood suddenly improved a lot. I went back to the bedroom and planned to take a shower and go to bed. Wu wanting, who was already sitting in the study, was holding a book. With a nice frown on his face, he shook his head, puffing cheeks, hot milk in mouth, like a cute hamster. I shouldn't have patted Xiao Chun on the shoulder. That's a pat on the shoulder for subordinates. Should be back to the body. Hum twice, said woman, I won't let you into my house. So the next night, Wu wanting estimated I have found my childhood by touching it. I have never experienced the joy of half Jaga. After getting off your back, I really raised my phone. Woman, I will not allow you to enter my house. You were silent for a few seconds, nothing else to say, just said leisurely, boss, I am a man. Wu wanting withdrew her hand and withdrew the message. Re-enter the man. I won't let you into my house. You didn't say a word, just quietly stepped on his room, then turn around and leave. Wu wanting didn't react at all and waved goodbye to you politely. He is addicted to novels, but not so obsessed. After a period of contact, you finally found a suitable word to describe him. The domineering and particularly clumsy CO. Hey, you plan to take a rest the next day. Results suddenly, I received a text message from Wu wanting, man, you're late. You held the phone for a long time. Then I realized, boss, I won't go running today. Take a day off. Results Wu wanting, but I immediately replied that I could not take leave. Too arrogant, you hold it all tight. The editor-in-chief's rest time also needs to be used to punch in. It's so cruel, and I'm not allowed to take leave. 996 doesn't have that much HP anymore. The string that you are holding tight has been plucked. I thought I was good friends with the boss. There will be many benefits as a result. He not only became a small worker sometimes. I have to suffer the boss's weird dream fulfillment, not even overtime pay. You can't take leave, right? You take your phone and sit in front of your computer. You might as well fire me. Wait until later. Wu wanting sent another message. You are absent from work today. Remember to come up for dinner tomorrow. I am so angry about being absent from work. When will the workers stand up? The big boss is the big boss. It is always so natural to order people around. If this continues on, I will definitely become the boss's all-around guest. You clenched your fist and decided to resist, never feed. So the next day you never picked up the chopsticks. Wash your hands before lunch and dinner. Come out of the cubicle in the office. The 2 lunchboxes nearby were not opened. blinking and walking over to look at you in confusion. What did you breathe out? Said I won't feed you lunch anymore. Why? Wu Wanting raised her phone and stared at you in confusion. His eyes seem a little panicked. Just when Wu Wanting was confused, you grit your teeth and go for it. Push the 2 lunch boxes over with both hands. Mr. Wu also asked you to bring your own lunch every day. It's such a hassle. And I'm working in the office. Go upstairs every noon. We are not relatives. The unintentional influence on you is really not good. I won't need it anymore. What do you think? You stared at the 2 lunch boxes helplessly. Expressed his intentions, but Wu Wanting felt that the scene at this moment was particularly familiar. I seem to have seen it in a novel. So he was still silly. I don't know how to add fuel to the fire. Man, you want to strike? At this moment, you just want to kill him with a hoe. I don't know how did the heroine of the novel fall in love with the hero? I don't serve myself. Get up and go. Wait until the next day. You came to the science park with vigor and vitality. Express your feelings to Wu Wanting. The intention of the work is clear. No need to overthink at this moment. Don't sleep too soundly. Capital Plus is moody. The boss is a creature that ordinary people can touch. You don't have any pressure anymore. Smiling all morning. The magnetic field in my heart that has been influenced too much by my boss is gone. It's so clear and sunny at this moment. Get off work at noon, and the first one rushed out of the office. It's been a long time since I tasted the simple aroma of the cafeteria. I miss you so much at this moment. After eating and drinking, facing strange looks from colleagues, you frowned and returned to the office door. Don't pay attention to a drop in at the mouth suddenly grew bigger. Only Mr. Wu sat in his seat obediently. The little hand fiddled with it from time to time with worry. 2 lunchboxes in hand. I heard the sound of the door hitting the table, and then I gasped. Wu Wanting quickly turned his head. I saw Xiaochen at the door. Rub your hands. He lowered his head and moved to the left. The chair is on the right. Leave you a wider space. Quietly tapped the phone screen. Then I looked up and blinked my bright eyes at you. At this moment, the office fell into a strange silence. Every colleague is basically a serious worker. Staring at my own eyes, the computer screen in front of me was crackling. Boss current, they all seem to be working very hard. And you stared blankly at the moment when you should have had a lunch break. Familiar, yet unfamiliar office, silently following the vibration. Looking at the phone, I saw the message above. Sorry. You feel the vague sights around you. Adam's apple throbbing in the president's lair. It's fine. If only you 2 are feeding me. If this happened in the office in front of so many people, how shameful. No, you shook your head fiercely. Then run quickly. I can't care so much anymore. One hand picked up the lunchbox. One hand grabbed President Wu's fair wrist. I don't feel any alertness. Wu Wanting, who still blinks obediently, ran out of the office. The boss is gone. Tight office finally. I felt like I could breathe a sigh of relief. The remaining colleagues looked at each other with approval. Silence for a long time. A colleague sighed in a fake way. No wonder Editor Chun is so happy today. It turned out to be to straighten me out. Walked into the elevator. The aroma of the big boss permeates the narrow elevator. In the space of the gorge, you were carrying your lunchbox absent-mindedly. From time to time, I would look at him sideways, following the scent. The elevator arrives. I felt something coming out of my hand. Clear pull. When I looked up, I saw Wu Wanting's puzzled eyes. You just discovered it. Turns out that the way I went upstairs, he never let go of his wrist. Let go of your hand. The elevator door closed again. You 2 haven't left yet. Wu Wanting is not in a hurry. I took out my cell phone from my bag again. Why do you keep your eyes still for a while? The phone was moved away and looked at Wu Wanting. I'm out of breath. Why do you want to say sorry to me? Wu Wanting has beautiful eyes. There are black. There seems to be a clear innocence in the eyes. I don't know, but I feel like you're having a bad temper. You obviously didn't expect Wu Wanting to say that. Laughing and crying after all this time. You still don't understand anything. Wu Wanting blinked her big eyes. What do you know? Never mind. You smiled bitterly. I don't know how to describe it to the boss. He hinted the workers may have gone too far. How do you know the result? Wu Wanting tapped her phone expectantly again. On. I recently. Does it give you the sense of security of a domineering president? It's not that you don't have any money at all. You found the boss's dimensional coins seemed to be slowly slipping away when he was left alone. The boss didn't talk about it. There seemed to be a hint in his eyes. Clear stupidity. You paused. I couldn't help but blurt out, you have a fart. You're a stupid boss. What do you know? Overbearing president. But after the editor finished speaking, he was startled. It's over, and I haven't had time to observe the boss's reaction yet. I only heard the elevator ding-dong. An ordinary Lin Zongbian appear at the elevator door. It's getting fierce. I saw Editor-in-Chief Chen scolding the CEO in the middle of the day. Ha ha ha. When the elevator closed silently, you didn't see Wu Wan. What is Ting's angry reaction? Instead, he took the initiative to press the button for the 16th floor again. This time upstairs it feels very different from the previous time I came. I was like a little player before, breaking into the final den of pornography. Although I am curious, I am more anxious and terrified. This time, DeBeo appeared in person walking beside you. Lead yourself all the way to dominance. All your integrity has been swept away by the newspaper sweep. It's like being hit by a silent control skill. I just said yesterday that a 7-foot man wants to be fed. No need to tell anyone now, just carry your lunchbox honestly. Made it to the dining table. Actively open this lunchbox, boss. Hello? Wu Wanting smiled. You hold the chopsticks properly, picking up the dishes skillfully. Who knew Wu Wanting blocked your hand? I picked up the chopsticks myself. Gently shake it in front of your eyes, then take the cardboard that has been written on it, lift it up for you to see. You don't like violations, then there is no need. You were stunned. Wu Wanting held up a small cardboard. Slightly covered half of the face. I looked at you tentatively, then I turned the page. Xiao Chun, can you speak? But I can't speak. We are good friends. What's not happy? If you don't like it, can you tell me first? Please don't go on strike suddenly. You were a wave at this moment. It seems that I really felt Wu Wanting's sincerity in making friends. It seems like it was just a fantasy before. An elusive way of getting along slowly. It was found. Your confused smile and nod. Let's eat. Which dish did you like? Remember to add it if you want to eat it. This egg is delicious. You eat? Well, don't you like braised pork? Then I'll ask the kitchen not to leave tomorrow. Wu Wanting is holding chopsticks in one hand at this moment, gently bite in the mouth, one hand tapping on the phone. I haven't eaten a few bites in half a day. Seeing you sitting there, you are speechless. Are you choking? Wait for me to get you some water. Wu Wanting stood up. You stuffed yourself with food mouthful by mouthful. A terrifying thought flashed through my mind. I think I misunderstood the boss. The big boss himself didn't speak before. Maybe it's just because of holding feed yourself with chopsticks, controlled his weak hands. Take the paper cup, Gulula drink a sip. He curled his lips, hand me the phone. When I feed you, you've never choked. I don't know why you don't like feeding. You swallowed hard and spoke like this. Wenyan choked immediately while she was accusing wanting with her eyes. I am a 7-foot man, I'm not a child. You ask me why, please don't joke while you're eating. And still so busy. Wu Wanting saw you coughing so hard that tears came out. Elegant light body, gently pat your back. To help him smooth out, you are enveloped by his elegant and mature feminine aura. Suddenly my heartbeat quickened, quickly flashed to the side. Little Wu Zong is really too scary. My heart feels stronger when I get closer to you. You tilted your head and said quietly, boss, didn't you play house when you were a kid? On me, I feel like a lucky tool. Lucky to have a connection with the big boss, a tool who plays house games with the boss you side. He said with a wry smile. Wu Wanting took back her hand. I look at you and shake my head. I'm not a tool. We are friends. Look into Wu Wanting's eyes. I gritted my teeth and said, but it shouldn't be like this. Friends understand each other's thoughts. Even though the two are not equal, there is also a sense of propriety between each other, respect for each other. You put down your chopsticks completely. Seriously speaking, boss, my friend is not late. Absenteeism and strike. Wu Wanting beside her also put down her chopsticks. Confusion flashed in his eyes. Little hands are a little overwhelmed. Don't know, you understand a little bit now. Where did the overbearing president come from? Just can't speak, just a clumsy boss with few friends you side. Move the chair. The first time I faced my boss head on. Boss, stretch out your hand, get to know each other again. My name is Chun Jingyu. Wu Wanting's plump red lips slightly opened. I hurriedly looked for my phone. Who knows, you shook your head without him saying anything the first time. I took the initiative to ask to hold it. Lu Wanting's big eyes sparkle. Hands up. Be good. Coincidentally, I wiped it on the side of my pants. Caught your big, you watch him. I found myself because of the perspective of the previous editor. There seems to be a big misunderstanding. Wu Wanting really wants to say hello. Unfortunately, he can't do it. I can only add color to you to show your happiness. You also think it's right? Friends who have never introduced themselves. What kind of friend is this? Then there is only one silly and unconscious, a boss who can't make friends at all, and a sober and helpless editor. There's no friendship at all. You eat too. You eat too. You smiled and gave Wu Wanting 2 dishes home. Wu Wanting happily raised the board. Oh, by the way, boss, you mustn't suddenly come downstairs with a lunchbox. That would scare my colleagues. The impact is not good either, and the boss, enough is enough. I had our company lunch. The ribs set meal, don't add more. My stomach is already full. Wu Wanting. Wenyan suddenly put down her chopsticks, staring at you with big eyes. Boss, if you wink, he winks too. I stared at you for more than 10 seconds. Editor-in-Chief Chen had just stood up not long ago. I picked up the chopsticks again. Actually, it's not impossible to eat a little more, but Wu Wanting didn't mean that at all. Hand you the phone. Didn't you say that there is no absenteeism among friends? Late and on strike? That didn't either. Hello, boss, my name is Wu Wanting.